Today's feel-good food is a coffee and almond cake.
Now, if you can't eat gluten because you're a celiac or you just prefer not to, then you probably miss out on cake. And you're a bit like this, aren't you?
Totally like that.
So this is a gluten-free cake. We're going to make the base around eggs and ground almonds with some sugar, and then flavour it with cinnamon, coffee, and we'll finish it with some coffee beans as well.
Nice.
Okay, it's a very simple cake, very light and fluffy, but no gluten. Start off with, we're going to take 4 eggs and separate them. So what we will need, whites in one side, yolks in the other. So just separate them out like so.
Stop pushing me, Jamie.
I'm not pushing you.
No sabotage. And then one more.
Okay. Oh, did yours crack?
Did you break yours, Jamie?
I think you'll find it was mine, sorry guys.
As long as you don't get any yolk into the whites, that's important, you won't be able to whisk them up. We need to whisk both.
Oh.
We need to whisk both up. So into one, the egg whites, we take a tiny dash of vinegar.
What does the vinegar do?
It helps put lots more air into it. Okay, and with some sugar. And into these egg yolks, we're going to add sugar, a little bit of cinnamon.
Love cinnamon.
Whisk that up, and I'm going to make some coffee.
You've got quite good action there.
So a couple of tablespoons of instant coffee, and just enough water to dissolve those.
I know you like your coffee strong, but that's taking it a bit far, isn't it?
Pretty intense, but it puts an amazing flavour into this cake, and that's going to go into your mix.
Okay, great.
So do you miss out on cake quite a bit then?
I'm not sure how it feels to be a person that loves cake, because I just never
You're not
eat
a big
it.
cake eater?
No, I'm not a cake eater, I'm not a biscuit eater. I love my chocolate, so you'll find me, you know, delving into the dark chocolate with a touch of salt.
And the gluten thing, is that by choice?
I'm wheat intolerant.
Intolerant?
I really struggle with anything wheat related.
Okay.
Unless it's been highly baked, which I don't really understand. Like I can sometimes eat pita bread, but any form of bread or pasta, I'm just out of it.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, in that case, this cake will be absolutely perfect. We'll go for a bit of the low
he's going quick,
action.
look at this. Low action.
Alright, calm it down.
What's it? Sort of showing off. What's the skill in whisking?
Well, actually, to be honest, yours is perfect.
Oh.
And then the egg yolks just need to be combined, whereas the egg whites need to be a bit stiffer than that.
My co-host loves a cake, so he will text me before we go into a script meeting and he'll go, get your ass in here now, I'm eating all the cakes.
Well, whatever's left here, you can take back for him.
You love that.
Fantastic. Perfect. I think that's good enough. So we'll get rid of your whisk, look for something that's just holding its peaks.
Lovely.
Plenty of air in there. And then if you can pour all of that into our egg whites.
Brilliant.
Nice.
Look at that.
But you can of course change the flavours. You don't have to go with coffee. You could do orange zest or lemon zest or mix and match your flavours. So now we don't want to knock too much air out of there, but we do just want to fold it through. Make sure you get right down to the bottom.
That looks amazing.
And then comes the bit that holds it all together. At the moment, that's pretty much just meringue. Now, instead of flour, we go with almond flour or ground almonds.
Okay.
So they can all go in there. With a little bit of baking powder as well. And then figure eight again, just fold it all together. Now, to bake this, we're going to do it in a cake tin. You could do it in a loaf tin, you could do it in individual muffin cases, whatever you like. Just make sure it's non-stick, and if it's not, line it. Make a quick cartouche.
I don't know if this is a myth, but could you just put butter in the bottom of that tin?
You can, but because there's very little fat in this dish, another great thing about the recipe, there's very little fat in there at all, just the natural fats from the egg yolks, then it has a tendency to stick a little bit.
Okay.
So an easy way to line the tin, just take paper and keep folding it over so the sides, the folds meet each other, time and time again, and then a bit like origami, give it a snip.
That's so clever.
Open it out and it will fit inside there.
This is the best bit.
Then all of that needs to be poured into there.
Can we hold the bowl?
Yes, please.
And you can see how much air there is in that mixture.
Oh, well, I'm taking this home at the end of the day.
And at that point, it goes into an oven at 170 degrees Celsius for about 15 to 20 minutes until it's golden brown on top. And just when you poke it, it will just spring back. Okay, so really light and fluffy. At which point, it looks like...
Ta-da!
So this is one that has been baked and cooled down. You can see how sort of spongy it is. And for something that hasn't got any flour in it, it's really
I'm
light.
gonna have to get my finger in there actually.
Have a bounce. Have a bounce.
Wow, it's so squidgy. Do you make cakes?
I do make cakes sometimes. I make, I'm a big fan of cupcakes, actually, which isn't a very manly thing to say, as I stand here in my apron. But I do like a good cupcake.
Yeah, favourite flavour?
I like the red velvet ones.
Oh my god, I knew you were going to say that.
Did you?
They're everyone's favourite.
Put a lovely slice on there, and now you can see into it a little bit of creme fraiche. Now, of course, this would be lovely with double cream or custard or ice cream, but half that creme fraiche is also beautiful and will cut through the sweetness of the cake. And a few coffee beans just to finish it off. So there we go, an awesome coffee and almond cake. It's gluten-free and pretty low in fat too. Hopefully plenty of flavour, but you guys are going to tell me that.
Yes.
Nice. It's really spongy just to take off the spoon.
It's really delicious. It's quite doughy as well, which I like.
Yeah, that kind of really moist sponge, and that's like all the egg and the almond keeps it that way.
Yeah, it's delicious.
You wouldn't know that that didn't have flour in it if you just got served it.
Still light and spongy.
Yeah.
And you can really taste the almonds. It's gorgeous.
And you're left with coffee at the end.
Love it.
And feel good, because it hasn't got the gluten in there. It's pretty low in fat, there's no added butter or oil, and it tastes great.
And do you know what? I think most people really struggle with the wheat thing. They don't realise they're actually not feeling that great. But you can eat a whole cake and feel fabulous.
Perfect.
On that note, Zoe, thank you very much for coming down.
It's been lovely to see you.
Thank you. And if you want to check out more Feel Good food, make sure that you subscribe to the Body Talk channel.
And for this recipe, then head to sortedfood.com. Piece of our white fish sat on top. Some of the beautiful yogurt.
Wow, nicely stirred.
Thank you.
A little bit of fresh coriander. And I think that's a really pretty, really dainty, low-carb dish. Now, the thing is, does it taste as good as it looks?
I hope so.
Make sure you get a bit of fish, bit of lentil.
And a bit of yogurt.
Oh yeah, it's a whole world of flavour.
There's loads going on, isn't there?
Oh, that's amazing.